A meeting is being held tomorrow evening in Eastport about a proposed underwater data center. According to proposal documentation from Deep Green Western Passage, the data center would include 170 turbines and 34 hive pods of AI computer servers. The center would also be 400 acres and cost $413 million.
The proposal has gotten some pushback. A coalition of organizations will be holding a rally tomorrow evening to protest the proposed data center.
Later on tomorrow night, the Eastport City Council will discuss 2 citizen-initiated ordinances that could stop the project. One of the ordinances would prohibit data centers larger than 25,000 square feet. The other would require voter approval for commercial and industrial development.
The City Council meeting begins at 6 tomorrow night.